Why this story matters: this piece offers a constructive counterpoint to the constant stream of negative news. Quick summary: this story highlights recent developments related to birds, showing how constructive action can lead to meaningful results. The Galapagos rail credit Carlos Espinosa centuries after they were made famous by Charles Darwin, and a century after they have become plagued by invasive rats and cats. The Galapagos Islands are well on their way to recovery. Few events could better capture that recovery than the recent reappearance of the beautiful blue Galapagos rail, a bird which hadn't been seen on Floreana Island for 200 years. After almost a decade of preparatory work, invasive rats, avian vampire flies, and domesticated cats were eradicated from the island thanks to the close coordination of several conservation groups from around the world working alongside the Galapagos National Park Directorates. Would you like to read more good news about birds, success animals, wildlife conservation, and restoration? The cleansing of the island has, to the delight of conservationists and scientists working on the project, resulted in a dramatic return for many of the island's persecuted endemic species like lava lizards, Galapagos doves, geckos, and dark-billed cuckoos. But the most exciting finding was the rediscovery of the Galapagos rail, said Birgit Vessel, principal investigator of land bird conservation at the Charles Darwin Foundation, part of the team restoring Floreana. This bird had not been recorded on Floreana for centuries. Only historical proof of its presence was a specimen collected by Darwin himself. The rail is a beauty, boasting a range of blue feathers that begin in midnight blue around the cap to cobalt, and powder blue at the wings and wingtips, two vibrant red irises, and a chocolate-brown patch on its backs. This ground-dwelling bird was at a high risk of predation by cats, while rats routinely preyed on its eggs. They survived on other islands, but on Floreana, they were believed to have been extirpated. Being that the fame of the Galapagos stems in no small part from their famous isolation from one another, which led the biologist Charles Darwin to develop the theory of natural selection by examining closely related species island by island. One wonders where the rails even came from. The rails reappeared, and now it's very common to find these birds just walking around the island. You can hear it, you can see it, is unbelievable. Palace Sandborg, a marine biologist at the Jokotoko Conservation Foundation, told the BBC, "Big Island birds, UK's rarest breeding birds, raised chicks for first time in 6 years, whether a tiny number clung to existence in the shadows of the volcanic island. No one can say for certain. It's as if the restoration of the balance of nature on the island led to its spontaneous resurrection." Elsewhere on Floreana, the native finches have been documented greatly expanding their songs. Young birds will sing louder and longer. Some are creating new song patterns never before documented, and it's all believed to be a result of shedding the need for secrecy. More Galapagos returns. A tiny gecko species once thought extinct just made a comeback in the Galapagos. A bold young bird singing loudly on a branch to attract a female would make himself easy prey for a waiting cat or rat, and with their removal, more than a century of pent-up melody seems to have been released upon the island airwaves. You can learn about the finches in greater detail by reading the BBC piece on the return to normalcy on Floreana. Article goodheadlines.org curates positive and solution-focused stories from trusted sources around the world.